Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Social Buzz Chat Show. First time we did this, we didn't have a name for the show, so we called it the Social Buzz Chat Show about social media marketing. But now we've actually branded it as the Social Buzz Show. We've got a fancy logo, and today I'm joined by Alex Bourgeois, the only Frenchman I know who doesn't like wine.
And cheese.
And cheese, but that's something we won't talk about, because today we're here to talk about social media. So, that was probably a bit too loud. The first question is the same question we ask every week. How did you get into social media and community management? Tell the yarn, spin it.
So you want the full story?
The full story, yeah, in 2 minutes, potentially.
Okay, I'll try my best. Well, basically, my background is in eSports. So basically, I was a 15-year-old teenager. I was playing a game. And I was reading some news about the game, and this website was basically looking for writers. So I became bloggers for them. I did that for 3 years. And then I switched to community management because I started to be interested with the whole Facebook and Twitter thing. So I wanted to try it a bit. And this has led me to get an internship in London last year in a digital marketing agency. And yeah, basically here I am.
It just led from one thing to another. What was it about when you started working in eSports? What was it that, a lot of people ask this, like what was it that drew you to the community side? What made you feel like that's what I want to be going into?
Well, basically the community side was about the competition. And I was just playing this game and I was looking at these pro players because they are paid to play in the video games, which I found really interesting. Yeah. And these guys went around the world just to play video games, and they earn like tons of money. And basically, I was really interested about the competitive scene of that game, and that site was really like dealing with that. So that's what got me interested.
So you were dealing with, was it with fans of the certain game, or was it with fans of the certain players?
More the game, basically.
So like, how would you define the community that surrounded the games? Like, name drop a game if you want, like give us a bit of context.
Yeah, well basically it's Counter-Strike.
Okay,
and
it's a game I'm rubbish at, just so
okay, yeah, well. The community on Counter-Strike is it's comparable to the English football community. So lots of trolls and lots of toxic tweets, which is not what got me interested in the community, but playing the game and knowing some other community members allowed me to make friends. Yeah. So this is basically why I got interested.
That's a really good way to get in. So if you're a fan of gaming, you know, you can just find any way into community management. Yeah, exactly. Alex mentioned trolls, and I'm going to try and do some snazzy link thing. Underneath my finger now will be a YouTube link to our first episode, which is all about trolls. But today's chat, or whatever time you're watching this on YouTube, we chatted about online advocacy and, weirdly enough, offline advocacy, which is something that we just take for granted. And one of the first questions that Alex wrote was, how can companies turn their followers into advocates? So say, for example, the drum, you know, the drum who runs this in a way? Yeah. We have around 151,000 followers, which is a lovely number. I prefer it to be a lot higher, but we'll get there. You know, we'll get there. We'll push it hard. So to us, this is a great question. And to like any companies or community managers out there, the idea behind turning followers into advocates is sort of like the Holy Grail. Yeah. In a way, it's like, oh, how can we get our community to work for us? So we put the question out there on Twitter earlier, and we've had some great responses back. Last time, Sam, did they appear here? Yeah. They appeared here, so I'm just going to point here again, like so. Yeah.
In the middle.
In the middle, just around about here, where we're going to try and put a plant for the next one, I think. So in between our elbows. Curated Digital, who are a social media digital agency, said, good products, brand interactivity, and encourage customer loyalty. So that's a start. You know, if you have a good product you're trying to push and you actually interact with the customers and your community, then it's a good way to encourage people to give you the good thumbs up. Falcon Social, hello to the guys at Falcon Social over in Copenhagen. They're saying we had a webinar on it. It's a cheap plug. And they use Trustpilot, which is one way of asking for online reviews. It's fair enough. And then Matt Navarra answered a question further down the line, but it seemed it kind of worked into this. So he was like, the real masters at this game managed to give people something they can't get anywhere else to keep them coming back for more. So could your company provide your community with something within your Twitter following, for example, that they can get only there? You asked the question, but now I'm asking it to you. How can companies turn their followers into advocates?
All right, so basically now today all companies are on social media because they have been told that they have to. But most marketers are here on social media and they only acknowledge what people are saying. Mm-hmm. And how you can turn followers into advocates is to like acknowledge what they say, plus give them feedback and thanking them for their contribution, and take that contribution to incorporate them into the strategy. So that will give the feeling to these people that they are being listened. Okay. And if I say something on social media and I know that the other person will care, then I will feel kind of rewarded, I will feel happy. And basically brands who incorporate their customers have a great chance of turning them into advocates.
Fair enough, yeah. So that's Alex's answer to it, and we've also had the answer to the community. Feel free to drop your further answers in the comments below, but the one question that we want you to answer is this, and I'm going to force it on Alex because he doesn't even know it's coming. Should brands and companies ask for reviews as part of their advocacy program? My thoughts on this are varied. I'm not going to answer it because I don't really have to, but should brands and companies ask? Should they be blatant, or should they incentivize it in some way?
They should incentivize it, yeah, but I think people, generally speaking, would post review if they have a negative experience. And if they have a good one, they will think like, oh, I'm having a good experience, and this is why I bought the product, so this is absolutely normal. So they don't feel the need to write a review, because they don't need to feel the need to spread the word, basically. So it should be incentivized, but like it should be like really well phrased and not, it shouldn't feel like the brand is forcing people to write review.
Okay.
So it's all about a contribution, and if people want to do it, then they do it, but don't force their way.
Spot on. Can't think of anything else to say. Apart from that, we're joined by some people today, and we're joined by Charlotte for the chat earlier, and she mentioned that she bought something online and then got asked a week later to review it, even though she hadn't used it. Is that sort of stuff overkill? Is that an automated system?
It's probably automated, yeah, it's probably automated. Because I receive everything, every time I buy something on Amazon, a few days later, then I will receive an email saying me to review the product. So it's probably automated, but yeah.
Sometimes it can look far too automated and...
Unpersonal.
Unpersonal, that's exactly what. So that's the question we want you to be answering in the comments below. Should brands and companies ask for reviews as part of their advocacy program? Let us know, and over the next week, we'll look at your answers. I'll do some video replies. We'll ask Alex to do the same. That's basically it. So a quick roundup of everything that's going on. You can get some tips about brand advocacy by going through the hashtag SMBuzzChat. And get some more tips, obviously, by watching what we've just done. It's pretty simple. Thank you very much. Feel free to say your Twitter handle down the camera, because I have absolutely no idea how to say it.
Well, mine is quite complicated, so it's Wakanuka, so WAKANOUKA.
Why? Why that?
Well, it's my gaming name, so you can't change it.
I'm not going to explain the reasoning behind mine. I'm Bacon Chin. I've been Adam Libernati Roach. Thank you to Alex Bourgeois. Behind the cameras, we've got Sam Scott and Jamie McMurray. And then feel free to join us in the drum offices for Social Buzz Chat. Ruby Love and Charlotte have. They decided to come along and chat along with us. And also big thanks to Emma Mercer and Annabelle Kahn, because without them, I wouldn't be able to just sit on this rather more comfortable chair than last one. Somebody trolled me. We did an episode on trolling and somebody trolled me. Oh, the irony. Thank you. We'll see you next week, next Thursday, for another episode of Social Buzz Show. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
You gotta have a bottle, mate.